All right, let's bulk model that sword with Maya 2016. The most important part is to figure out the hub, where it all goes through. For me on the sword, it's right here. So you can go this way, you can go this way, you can go this way or that way. So the first thing first is to create a new layer. So create a new layer. All right, plus right here. And then double click on it and call it real sword. All right. And we'll call that one actually Virtual Studio, VStudio, and click Save. Alright, now let's go back to Real Sword right here, and what we're going to do is that we are going to create a box right here, make the box semi-transparent so we can look through it, and then we're going to use a special tool called Extrude to recreate more mesh every time and actually replace them with the transform tools until we get the proper shape following the sword. It's that easy. Alright, so click on the square box and make a box right here to replace that right there, and click so we can see it. Alright, zoom in right here, right click on the box and go assign favorite material as usual, but this time do a blend because we want specular on the sword. Alright, in the blend right here, shaders, the only thing you're going to do is click on colors to make it appear, select a blue, and then go to transparency and make it semi-transparent until you can see through it but still see it. Right? Zoom in, and now right click, select vertex. Remember, there's not one vertex, there's one under it also. So you need to go around it, circle, and then place it right here where it's located. And place it right there where the other one will start and stop. Now select all four of them, take the scaling tool, and let's rebalance them by going from outside into the inside. Alright, let's do the same thing with the bottom. We grab them right here, we put them where we think they should be from the picture, we put them right in position like that. And now we do the same thing, select those four, take the scaling tool, bring it from outside inside. The same thing right here, outside, inside, in the center, and we'll do the same thing right there, outside, inside. Alright, we have now a square, rectangle actually, that is properly set up to get all the different shapes that we're going to have to create. If we go right here, we can see it. We can actually right click on it, click on 6 to see your sword. Alright, right click on it, and object move right there, move it right there. Alright, so you can see it just perfectly right there. Now what we're going to do is start recreating the mesh. To do that, we are going to do the blades first. So we're going to right click on the mesh right here and say faces. And select the front face right here. See, and we selected all that one. Alright, what we're going to do is going to extrude, which is create more mesh. So we're going to click on space bar, go on the side right here, zoom in, and we're going to go to edit mesh, extrude right here, and we're gonna go, let's move that on the side, alright, all the way until it really changes shapes. Bring it here, move it, and all the way right there. We're gonna scale it down a little bit by clicking on one of the scale tool and the middle one, so it follows the sword and get a little obviously like that. Okay, we're gonna do another extrude, so go back to the move tool, go back to the edit mesh, extrude again, sorry, right here, zoom in as much as you can, extrude all the way to the end right here, and simply click on the point and scale it down all the way to the middle. Alright, now we're going to do both of these at once. So it's pretty easy. What we do is that we are going to right click, say faces, select the top face, then rotate, go under, click on the shift button on your keyboard and select the other. You can see a little plus appear, and you select the other face right there. Go back to your other view right there, click on edit mesh, extrude, and then bring it down, and you can see they all come. So now we have a little bit of change of shapes. So let's zoom in and see how we can change that. So it's going a little up like that. So we can stop, let's say right here, and we can right click and go over text and go right there and start moving points in to follow that shape. Alright, so right here we can maybe do those ones right there. Alright, same thing right here. Bring them in. Alright, now we go back right there, rotate, right click, face, select that face again, select the other face right here, go right there and go to edit mesh again, extrude, do the same business again. Maybe this time we can go all the way here, right click, vertex, move it right there, select it, move it in position, grab those ones, move them a little bit in position so they look more rounded, right here, right there, right there. Now do the same thing one more time to get to the end of it. As you can see it's already taking shape. So right click, face, on the face, right here, extrude. And we'll do the last one, basically go all the way to the end, and we are going to adjust them. Right here, right click, vertex, right here, move them in position, so look where you want it, so maybe right here, and that one maybe like that. It doesn't really matter, it's not exactly the proper position, it follows enough the shape. We can't afford to have so many poly, especially when we start getting going. Now we are going to do the same thing right here, select these, move them in position, and do that a little bit higher. There you go. Alright, now I'm going to do the end right there, face, so same thing right there, and do an extrude as usual, change the shape right here, so right there we scale it down obviously, and bring it down where it should be, and then we extrude again. But this time, because of the shape is so particular, we're going to start replacing. So before we even extrude, actually, what we're going to do is going to select edge, double click on that end edge to get the whole thing, and rotate it following the shape of our object. You know what I'm saying? Let me undo what I've done. And so actually we can do that with the edge by selecting a complete edge around, or we can do that with the face. It's easier actually with the face right here, and we stay with that face and incline it the way we want. Then we can extrude it again, bring it down, scale it, bring it down, you know, maybe even change some of the vertices right here. And then do that again. And rotate it if needed. Scale it also. Move it in position. And let me do that again until we're pretty much done. And let me replace those. I'll finish it up right here. So you can replace it to get the proper rounded shape as best as possible, basically. Alright, so now that we have that, the only thing we need to do is really make it sharp and rounded at that place. To do that, we need to insert edges. So what we do is that we go to a mesh tool, insert edge loop, and to get an edge going this way, we need to click on an edge going that way. So we're going to click right in the middle right here, and look, it creates an edge right in the middle of the whole thing. Bing, right here. Okay, that works great for us, and that's going to let us do our business very well, in the matter that now we can actually select our outside mesh for the blade, for example, right here, all right, and scale it down to make it sharper, right here, for example, big time, and scale it this way also to make it super sharp. All right. That's very good. Now we can actually do that, but the other way, to round up the shape right here. So we can select that. Alright, and do the same thing to round it up. To round out the shape basically, and then you have a nice rounded shape. And then you need to do the point at the end right here. Make that to a point. So right click, select vertex, select all the vertices right here, and just go to edit mesh, merge to center. Bing. And now we can click on F to center our object. Go back to the texture and make it visible, and we have our sword. Now there's one thing we can still do is make it, and we could cut here a little bit more to make it even more rounded, but we can kind of cheat visually by selecting it, go to mesh display, and do soften edges. Bing. And look how much rounded it looks like right away. I mean, that just looks much better. Alright, so that's pretty much our sword. And that's how you do box modeling, and then next week you'll do the texturing, you guys, on that one. Congratulations. Keep it up.